Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Terrence Pounds back with another crypto investment update. This time it's on K100. Now, before I get into this update, I need to tell you that I am not a financial advisor. I'm a clever content creator. I'm also a super risky YouTube dude, and I'm in multiple different passive income crypto plays out here in this space. Have been and will be. But I need to tell you, you can lose some or all of your money in every single project I talk about. Whether I own it, whether I promote it, whether your friend promotes it, whatever it is, you need to know if you send your crypto anywhere that you can lose some or all of your money in every single DeFi project, crypto project, investment project. Investments are all at risk. So I tell everybody all the time, only use seed capital. Invest what you can afford to lose because you can lose some of it all. So only use entertainment capital, only use the same capital you would take to the casino, and also the same capital that you would even go gamble with because it's all at risk. All right. But I think I say that in every video. So I missed it one time a long time ago and somebody roasted me on it. So I just make sure I leave that disclaimer. Now, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube video. Please go ahead and like it, share it, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube video. Now, the reason for the video today is I want to show you and talk to you about some of the things that have been transpiring with K100 over the last week. As you know, the system was down for upgrades. We have done some upgrades. We wanted to get more upgrades done, but even with the system being down, we did not expect the system to be down that long. So I apologize to you, but clearly I was not running off with your money. And we have a lot of different things that I would personally like to see get updated in the system. Now, you may ask, well, why are you doing these updates? Who are they going to benefit? How's it all going to work? So I kind of wanted to get more of them done, and there will be more coming. But I wanted to get these ones out that we have done. And I also wanted to explain to you the reasons why that I've done these things. Now, um, first and foremost, I need everybody to understand that the investment cycle ends at 10 business days, not weekends. Now, on the 11th business day is when we give back 25% of your seed profit. 25%, not 125%, because what you have over those first 10 business days is you getting 10% every single day. That's your capital back for those 10 days. So you put in 100, you got $10 every day. That's your 100 back. Then your next question is, where's your profit? Well, on day 11, that's when we give you 25% of your seed capital back on day 11. And then so when you get 25%, not 100%, 25%, that's your profit. You got all your money back in 10 days. Now your profit comes on day 11. That's what you get, folks. There's no more, there's no less. And that's one of the common questions that I'm getting. And then also, folks, that active cycle falls off. So if you had 1,000 in for 10 days and your active balance at the end of the 10 days, that 1,000 falls off. That doesn't last forever. I just gave it back to you over the last 10 days. Okay. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. As you can see right here in our Telegram, which you should be coming over to our Telegram to take a look at these things too and stay up to date. And then also on our Facebook, reinvestment history and cancel button has been added to the statistics sections. So when you go to statistics, whether you withdraw, whether you invest, all of that is there now. So you can see the history. Now, say you reinvest and decide you don't want to reinvest, then you can go ahead and cancel that reinvestment, right? Now, also, we have went to move withdrawal requests from the funds from the wallet. Before, when you used to do a withdrawal, the capital would stay in your balance, available balance, until it actually was withdrawn. And that was causing confusion. People were reinvesting money that they had actually allocated towards withdrawal. However, it wasn't moved from the available balance. So now we finally got that updated so that you are able to put in a withdrawal request, and then that money now does move from your available balance. Now you have an hour to cancel that, Now, if cancel that withdrawal, and then if you don't cancel it within an hour, then the button disappears completely. That withdrawal will be getting processed. Now, folks, we've changed the timer settings. We've updated the timer settings. So the timer settings are 200. Let me actually scroll back up here. And then I noticed that I'll also put a dollar sign on here where there shouldn't be a dollar sign. Here it is. So there's new reinvestment rules. And so it's 24 hours for $200 or less. So what that means, if you click reinvest or withdraw, so talking about two things. If you click reinvest or withdraw, if it's $200 or less, that's going to be reinvested or withdrawn to you in 24 hours now that we have the system in place. If it's 201 to 500, then that is 48 hours before you click reinvest. It's going to be 48 hours before you're actually accruing on that. And then if you click withdraw, it's going to be 48 hours before it gets to you. You do 501 to 999 on a reinvestment or withdrawal, going to be 72 business hours. These are all business hours, right? So no weekends. Weekends don't count. And if you reinvest it or withdraw it, it's the same amount of time, whether you reinvest or withdraw. And then 1,000 or more is just 96 business hours. Weekends don't count. Now, the reason that I did this is because, for one, it still stays in my guidelines of what I told investors originally, that it would be 24 to 96 business hours. Now, when I say business hours, let's clarify this. This is 1 to 4 business days. Let's make it simple, 1 to 4 business days. Now, nothing happens on the weekend. Business days are Monday through Friday. So if you put in a request on Friday, the weekend days don't count, period. Now, the reason that I did this is because I need to control the flow of the money. It was always meant to be 24 to 96 business hours. When we cap this, excuse me, let me back up. When we were planning to cap this, it wasn't such an urgency. But since we decided that we're not going to cap it and we're going to leave it open, we need these measures in place. Why? Because if you're putting money in the system faster than I have a chance to move it out, move it around, then the system will essentially implode. And if you remember, folks, from the very beginning of this, I didn't even have a reinvest button. So for the people that got in the first week when we launched, I didn't even have a manual reinvest button. It was by withdrawal only. And you have to understand that a withdrawal and a reinvest are really the same thing. But with the reinvest, you withdrew it and then you redeposited it. And then so I needed to slow that down so that they're on the same cycle as they anticipated to be, so the hyper compounding won't overrun the project. Now, folks, all of these things are set up and designed for longevity. And if you really just go back to my very first videos before we even had a reinvest button, withdrawals were 24 to 96 business hours. I've always been clear about that. And then so we're still doing exactly the same thing, but then it takes the guesswork out of, when am I going to get it? Is he going to honor it today? Is he going to send it this day? Well, you'll have a timer now. You'll know when the reinvest is going in. You'll also know when your withdrawals are coming out. So that was important for us to get for the long-term stability of the project, especially considering that we're not going to cap it. And it's no telling how big this thing is going to get. So we needed to make sure that we did that. So withdrawals and reinvest are on the same timer. And then, folks, also there's a limit to one pending withdrawal or reinvest per currency. Now, what am I saying? If you have a pending Bitcoin withdrawal, you can't submit another one until that pending Bitcoin withdrawal is gone. If you have a pending Bitcoin reinvest, you cannot submit another Bitcoin reinvest until the other reinvest is completely processed. Once again, this is so that you cannot beat the timer. If I had it where you can reinvest multiple times on the same cryptocurrency, then you would be able to reinvest, 200, multiple times to stay underneath that timer. And so we're trying to curb that from people being able to beat the system that way. Now, updates in the back office, also in the frequently asked questions. So we updated the back office so that you can see this is also in the frequently asked questions. If you're a team builder, you need to be letting you and your friends and family know if you're sharing this project. We're posting this stuff here. I'm gonna do a video. I'll talk about it tonight at our 7 o'clock Zoom as well too. But you just need to understand that these are the things that we're going through. But overall, the updates and upgrades to what we're doing to the system is making the things more secure. Also, if you have an issue and you can't log in, then you need to try to use the VPN. Use the VPN and you should be able to get through. While we were doing the upgrade, some people missed some ROI payments on the 16th and the 17th. I think between Sunday and Monday as we were doing our upgrades. If that's the case, then just email support at K100 k-100.net, support at k-100.net. We'll take a look into it and get these things resolved. So, folks, I never said that I was a master developer. I'm learning this. This is an experience for me on the back end. So we're working this thing. And remember, I'm not doing the updates. I'm just the liaison, the middleman. Also, stop sending 1,000 emails. Now, if I responded, nothing got fixed in 24 to 96 business hours, then send another email. But don't send me 10 emails. Just slows down the system and makes me work a little bit harder to get to somebody else's request. And then all emails, 24 to 96 business hours. When you send these over, give us 24 to 96 business hours. Now, we're trying to speed up the system for you, but just to put you in patience, 24 to 96 business hours. That's what we're trying to get done. And the support email is fixed. That bounce back issue is over. But folks, we're working on things. Nothing's going to be perfect. I still think it's flowing smoothly. People are getting paid. I think that these updates will ensure the chances of a longevity in a platform versus, the hyper compounding, which I just don't like. And you should be getting your seed capital back anyway and playing with house money. Quit compounding to the moon. And no, don't bring me your savings account. Don't bring me none of that. It's risk capital. I don't care who project, risk capital only. All right. Let me flip over here to the website here real quick. I'm not about to do an overview on this. But flat out is right here, folks. Earn 10% a day for 10 business days. That's your money back right there. The 10 times 10 is 100% of your money back. Now, where's your profit? 25% gain in just 2 weeks. 25% gain in just 2 weeks is on the website. You receive 25% return on your capital. That 25% comes on business day 11. It's simple, folks. But read it, check it out. It's in our frequently asked questions. But I appreciate you. Thank you very much. God bless you and peace.